Hey guys, so leather lacing. I'm just changing the blade in my lacer here. This is one of those easy, not so easy, cheaper ones from, I think I got this one from Springfield. You can get them from Tandy also. So you basically have a blade in it, and then it has 4 different settings. Right, 4 different widths for the different widths of leather you're going to run through there. And then the blade, there's kind of 2 different slots going. It's probably really hard to see, but that's okay. Different height adjustments for the blade. There's 2 different slots. One lower down for thinner lacing and one higher up for thicker lacing. For most of the things I make, I use the thicker lacing. So I'm putting the blade in. You can see that. And these blades, this is the old one. They're the same blades that you use, your skivers like these, right? It's the same kind of placeable blades. All right. Then you get the blade in there, and have the blade sharp part facing the center. You just got to pop these little rings back down, hold the blade in place. Oops. I just flung my blade around. Sometimes can be a little finicky to work with, but one's on. It's these little metal rings here that you got to slide back down to hold the blade in place. That lighting is really bad, isn't it? Can you see, guys? Like I'm asking you guys, like you can answer me. So it's just a matter of working it back up into place. Alright, so that's done. So, lacing, let's talk about that real quick. So you can buy stuff from the store already made. Like here I have some nice deer skin lace, which is just fine. Nothing wrong with that product at all. It's about 50 feet of it. And then this is about the same size, a little bit thicker. It's kind of dry though. Just cowhide lacing. Probably just basic chrome tanned. It's pretty dry, not very moist. I'll show you in a minute here how I make this, but this is my own lacing made, and this is from the oil tanned cowhide that I make the pouches with and stuff. And it's nice and moist and supple, so I like using the oil tanned, and it's plenty strong. The kind of stuff you have to kind of watch out for is this. You find these in the craft shops around town, the thing you run into is that for decorative stuff it's okay, but we're kind of outdoorsy people. We like our stuff to be strong. And I can pull that apart without even really wrenching on it, you know what I mean? I'm holding it out away from my chest and everything. Now it's gonna make me a liar, but oops, I broke the cardboard now. Anyway, so I suspect what this stuff is probably an inside from a skiving job or split leather. So this doesn't have the grain part on it at all, which is where the strength is. And see if I can find the piece here. So a full piece of leather has the grain on the outside where the hair was, and then the inside is the flesh side. And you can see, like on this leather, the thickness is just perfect. So you know, so the machine was taken and cut this down to that thickness, right? So, and I got the side that has the skin on it, or the hair side on it, and that's the strong stuff. The part that they trim off is sometimes sold also as a lesser quality, or as you can see in my, I go into more detail in my leather videos, but it's sold as suede sometimes, and it just doesn't have the strength. And so I'm guessing that that's what this stuff is made of. So, you know, for decoration, you know, kids' jewelry and stuff like that, it might work, but and even says great for jewelry and crafts right on there. But you know, for bushcraft stuff, you're gonna make bags and whatnot, it's not gonna work. So it's garbage. All right, let's get on to making a piece of lacing, because there's a trick to using these things. Because people buy these little lacers thinking I'm going to make lacing, and that I'm going to run the leather into there and just run this thing through, and it doesn't quite work like that. So okay, so I got a piece of oil tanned here, and I have a couple pouch orders, and I have some patterns already traced onto here that you probably can't see, but this this end here is a piece I'm not going to use for pouches because it's got a lot of stretch marks in it and that kind of thing, so it'll make a good piece for lacing. So we'll cut it down. Something like that. I'll probably get another piece or two off of there too. So what you want to do is you want to take this thing, a piece of leather, fold it in half. This thing zoomed all the way out. Oh, there we go. That helps, doesn't it? Expert videographer I am not. So, alright, so you have your piece of leather. Just going to fold it in half. Just like when you were making snowflakes as a kid. And right in the middle, just cut a half circle. Alright, so you end up with that. Now, so you have your lacer, and you're going to take it so that right down the middle is where the blade is facing away from you, right? See the blade in the middle there? So you want the sharp part to face away from you. And you're going to stick it up in that hole. And get a good grab onto this thing, however it's going to work for you. And I'm going to do, say, the second one up, because you can see from the far end here is going to give me the thickest piece. And then as you get closer to the handle end, it gets thinner each graduation. So I'm going to probably go the second one up. Give me probably about an eighth of an inch thick pieces, something like that. Alright, so the hole, I have the thing held with the blade kind of facing out, so I can, like you were going to use a knife, right, to scoop. then I'm just going to stick this thing in there, jam it in there, and turn. Alright, so you can see out the other end starts to come a piece of this lace right there. So if all goes well, and sometimes a pair of pliers helps here, grab yourself a pair of needle nose. I'm going to switch the thing over to my other hand, and I'm going to hold it just like this, just right in your fist, and then the leather is going to ride on the top of your hand up here, right? You get that? So the leather's resting on the top of your hand, and it's kind of pushed right up against the top of that thing there, so of the lacer cutter. So if this goes right, I should be able to grab that little tag end, give it a pull. There we go. Okay, so now I have a longer tag end. See that hole? And now the blade is still facing out away from me. I'll stand up, hopefully get some more light. So here's the tag. And the blade is facing this way, straight that way. So I'm pulling, as I pull towards me, I'm going to pull against the front of the blade. So you can see it's cutting through. And then you let that leather ride on top of your hand as you pull the lace. I'll move away a little bit now so you can see it better. Just keep pulling. This sharp blade makes all the difference with this, so don't be cheap on blades. I wouldn't go with a piece much larger than this. And you can do this with different thicknesses of leather. Real thick stuff, 8 ounce and bigger, gets kind of tough. And real thin stuff, floppy stuff like deer skin, is tough to do also. Can be done. I've had limited success with it so far, but you always keep trying. Get another angle going here, so you can maybe see it riding on top of my hand. About to the end of the line here. This should do it. There it goes. So then you have this scrap left. And I save all my scraps except for the smallest, tiniest pieces, because you can make buttons and toggles and all kinds of stuff out of leather scrap. Little pieces, you can use them for welts and all kinds of stuff. So save yourself some money and save that leather. So you can see I probably got a good 25 feet out of that piece of lacing. So that's a whole bunch. So that's good for a number of pouches right there. And that's that. So that's how you make lace. And I suppose when you're shopping, it's hard because it's all in plastic wrap, you know, but like this, like I said, this kind of stuff, it's good quality to a point, and it's strong enough, probably like a chrome tan black, but it's really dry. So when I have used this, I've oiled it down, taken a towel with some felt wool or something with some neat's foot oil, and just rub that down, give it some moisture back. So just something to keep in mind. The oil tan works nice because it doesn't really dry out at all. So neat's foot, like this stuff here, get the 100% pure. That's what you want, not the mixed stuff. 100% pure neat's foot. Okay, that's it for now, and thanks for watching, guys. And sorry I didn't get to see my face, but it's the way it goes today. So I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't. I'd appreciate it. Thanks, and like button. See you guys.